Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be talking about your rights as an employee in the United Kingdom. This video is over important. A lot of people are undergoing difficult situations in this country as employees, and they don't know that they have got some rights that protect them. A lot of people have sent me mails and have sent me messages on Instagram telling me the things they are passing through in their place of work. That's what prompted me to make this video, to let you know that you have some rights to protect you as an employee. So if you are planning to come to the United Kingdom to work, if you are already in the United Kingdom, you are working, whether you're a student or whatsoever, so far you are working for someone, you definitely have to watch this video till the end. And I would advise you share this video as well, so that people will learn and gain the knowledge they need to know. If this sounds so interesting to you, why not? Your captain is right in front of you. Come with me, let's go right into this video. Let's go.
Nails are chipped, my ends are split. I flex my fancy bag, but we all know it's counterfeit. These jeans are thrift, my radish, I like my wine cheap, as we all know it does the.
Hello Positivity gang, welcome back to the channel. It's Mama Positivity in the building. My name is Adeze Onyeka. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber and I live in the United Kingdom with my lovely family. In this channel, I make contents on relocation and my life as a new immigrant in the UK. If this sounds so interesting to you, why not click the subscribe button and join my positive family. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are the real deal. Thank you for always coming back to support this baby girl. Without no wasting your time, let's go right into the video of the day. I've been getting a lot of emails about what people are passing through in this country as employees. But one of these emails really break my heart, and I will read it out on the screen. I promise, I took consent from the person, so I will be blocking her name and the company names, okay? I will read it out, and this is what prompted me to make this video. I will advise you to watch this video to the end and understand your rights as an immigrant or as an employee in the United Kingdom, so that if you find yourself in any of these situations, you will know that there is a right protecting you and the law is for you. It's high time we speak up. And if you are watching this video and you feel that you have a lot to share to the world about what is happening and what you think, my platform is here for you. Do send me a message on Instagram. I will arrange a time that you will come up on the screen here and share your experience so that people will learn. We want to sensitize people on what is happening and how they can avoid them. So guys, a subscriber sent me this email and I want to read it out. It will be on the screen too. Good morning, Sis Ada. I just finished watching your video on YouTube about domiciliary work. I was employed from Nigeria with company withheld for 40 hours per week. They promised that they will give me car. Unfortunately for me, when I got to the UK around December, the company transferred me to another company in Nottingham. We worked 5 days a week, 2 days off. The hours they gave us 5 hours to 6 hours, 45 minutes in one day. The company has only one car. I used to trek from house to house to do this work. I'm just fed up on everything. I don't know how I will leave the company and look for another sponsorship elsewhere. I'm a mother of 3 kids. I don't even have time for the children. Please, if you see any way you can be of help, kindly get back to me. Thank you, ma. So guys, this was the message that this beautiful mother of 3 sent to me. Imagine seeing yourself in such a situation. A mother, you work 5 days a week, you go from home to home, you trek. Guys, this is the height of it. You have to trek from one house to another house. At the end of the day, come on, tell me, when will you have time to look after your kids? Because you are trekking. I drive in domiciliary and I'm crying and someone is trekking. Now imagine when you come back, how will you go about the business of the day? All your bones would have been broken by then. So guys, when she sent this, I now ask her one question. I hope this company, you didn't pay them any money to employ you. That was the question I asked her. Because this is it. She now replied me, "Thank you, ma. Let me not lie to you. My husband paid the agent in Nigeria £10,000. This is it, guys. Whenever we are shouting to you guys, stop paying these people for COS. You people will not agree. Some companies that is collecting money from you for COS are just making business with you. Many of them do not even have work. They don't even have vacancies. They just bring you here and they leave you to suffer to carry your cross. In as much as I want to let you know your rights, restrain from paying money to get these jobs. There are a lot of beautiful countries that £10,000 can take you to comfortably without much hazards. And I will be bringing them up on these channels on subsequent videos. So this is her situation and she's confused on what to do. Now, I want to let you guys know that there are a lot of employment laws that governs your rights as an employee in the United Kingdom. And this is the reason I'm making this video. I want each and every one of you watching this video to know you have got some rights and the government is here for you. The law is here for you. One thing with the United Kingdom is that UK is one country that is very, very organized and they have a law. UK law does not favor anyone in particular. Once you default the law, you face the law. Whether you're British, whether you're non-British, whether you're an employee, whether you're an employer, it does not favor anybody. Before I proceed to tell you your rights, I want to say this. If you're in the UK, you are planning to work, you are planning to relocate to the UK to work, the first thing you should do immediately you arrive in the UK is to join a union. When you join a union, you'll be paying every month to this union. You pay according to your salary range. They will ask you your salary range. Your salary range determines the amount you pay. I am a member of Unison, guys. What does this union do? Once you have any issue with your employer, the union will get you a lawyer. You will not pay any dime again. They will carry the problem on their head. Your work is just to be giving them the information they need. That's it. Their lawyer will come and represent you. Anything at all, they will handle it. So it's better for you that once you arrive in the UK, join a union, especially once you start working. If you are coming here as a student, once you get an employer, join a union because the union will ask you the name of your employer when you are registering. Please write this down somewhere and have it at the back of your mind. Anything can happen and you don't want to start spending much money to get a personal lawyer. But with a union, you are covered. With that being said, let's go into your rights so you know your rights in this country as an employee. What is employment law? It is legislation that covers employer and employee relationships, including trade unions. Many of the laws look to outline and protect UK's workers' rights and employees' rights. So we have different employment laws in the UK, guys, and the first one is Employment Rights Act of 1996, okay? This is the particular one we'll be concentrating on in this video. We have the National Minimum Wage Act of 1998. We have the Employment Relations Act of 1999. We have the Maternity and Paternal Leave Act, okay? We have the Part-Time Workers Act. We have the Transfer of Undertakings, okay? That's Protection of Employment. We have the Equality Act. We have the Agency Workers Regulations and all that. Now, there are three main types of employment status, guys, in the United Kingdom, okay? Under Employment Act of 1996. One is either you are a worker, you are an employee, or you are self-employed. Both employers and the people doing work for them need to know their rights and responsibilities. So it is important to be sure of employment status. So guys, I would like to let you guys know the difference between these so that you know the category you belong to and know your rights. Of course, the three of them does not have the same rights. A worker. What makes you a worker? You are a worker if you are a casual worker in an organization, okay? You don't have a regular work schedule. You can do any work at all. You are a worker if you are employed to do the work yourself. You are a worker offered guaranteed hours by your employer. You are a worker if you have very little obligation to make yourself available for work, okay? Workers include casual workers, agency workers. So those of you that are working for agencies in the UK, you are just a worker. Freelance workers and 0 hours contract workers, okay? Now, who is an employee? You are an employee if They are required to work regularly unless they are on leave. Okay? They are required to do a minimum number of hours and expect to be paid for time worked. A manager or supervisor is responsible for their workload. They cannot send someone else to do their work. They get paid holiday. Okay? They are entitled to contractual or statutory sick leave, maternity pay and paternity pay. They can join the business pension scheme. The business disciplinary and grievance procedures apply to them. They work at the business premises or at an address specified by the business. Their contract sets out redundancy procedures. The business provides the materials, tools, and equipment for their work. They only work for the business, or if they do have other jobs, it's completely different from their work for the business. Their contracts, statements of terms of and conditions of offer letter, which may be described as an employment contract, uses the terms like employer and employee. So guys, we are all classified as an employee. So far, you have a contract, you are an employee working for someone. You have a right, you have a voice in the United Kingdom as an employee. Why do you need to know your rights? So that you get fair treatment at work. A lot of things are going wrong. Reason because we don't know that we have got rights and we have got to protect it, and the law is in for us. So let's have a look at these employment rights so that you know when you are being maltreated at your place of work and when you can stand up to the law and protect yourself. What are the employees' rights? Everyone has rights in the workplace. Employee rights are the moral or legal entitlement an employee has to have or do something as pertaining to work to ensure fair treatment. However, these rights vary depending on your employment status. Okay? Just like I mentioned before. So you have got a right, and this is hope for all of us. Employee rights you should know. 1, you must receive a pay slip. A pay slip should be given on the day you get paid or before. It must show a detailed breakdown of the pay you are getting for the relevant time period, plus any deductions such as tax and national insurance. Your employer can decide whether they provide pay slips on paper or online. Your pay slip may also include your tax code. It is your right, your fundamental right as an employee, to have a hold of your pay slip every month. The right to have is you must not be discriminated against. Discrimination occurs when someone is treated unfairly in the workplace because of characteristics protected under the Equality Act of 2010. These protected characteristics are age, disability, gender reassignment, marriage or civil partnership, pregnancy or maternity, race, religion or belief, sex, sexual orientation. So guys, during my live video the other day, someone said that she feels that she has not gotten this job because she's 60 years old. Permit me to let you know that in my place of work, I have colleagues that are over 68, 70 years old, and they are working with us. Age is a number in the UK. Nobody will deny you employment because of your age. Nobody will deny you employment because you are pregnant. No. Nobody will deny you employment because you have disability. Someone asked me this as a question in one of my live videos, that he is disabled. Is there any opportunity for him to get this job? So far, you are physically fit to do the job. Nobody will deny you a job because you are disabled. All these are your fundamental human rights. And guys, every Tuesday on this channel, permit me to digress a little bit, we are doing what we call relocation with Adakins. I invite you all every Tuesday by 9 p.m. British time. We are live to discuss relocation opportunities for you. It is a new program that I just started to help everyone that needs to relocate. And trust me, they are all 100% free. You're not paying any money. Just come and gather information that can help you in your relocation plans. So let's proceed. Discrimination can be direct or indirect, okay? Let's look at an example of a direct discrimination. If a pregnant woman was absent due to morning sickness and an employer used this when taking disciplinary action against their attendance record, this will be direct discrimination. You see it, you can sue the company. Indirect discrimination, for example, if all employees are required to work on Saturday a month, this will be indirect discrimination against employees of the Jewish faith because Saturday is a religious day for them. Now, the third law you should know is health and safety laws that apply to your working environment. Under the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, employers have a duty to provide a safe, healthy environment for their employees. This includes providing facilities such as toilets, wash basins, and clean drinking water, keeping the workplace clean, ventilated, and well lit, and maintaining any equipment used. Although you have probably never heard of it, Section 44, Employment Rights Act 1996, could be considered the cornerstone of the UK's Health and Safety at Work legislation. Guys, I will treat this Section 44 separately before the end of this video. So guys, it is the duty of your employer to provide a safe working environment for you. For the lady that was promised a car and when she got here, she was not given a car, you can claim that it is affecting your health and you have to sue. You have to get your union involved. They must provide you a car. It is a must. So you see, you have gotten a right to sue your employer for bringing you from Nigeria and promise you that you'll be having a car to work. And when you got here, they have only one car. And in that case, you have to be trekking to go and do their work. It is not done. So you have to stand up for it. If you're a member of the union, you have to notify your union immediately and they will speak to your employer. The fourth right you have is statutory sick pay. Every employer is eligible for a statutory sick pay of 95.85 per week. You must. That is depends because my company paid me over this per week when I was sick. Have done some work for your employer, earn an average of at least £120 per week before tax, been ill, self-isolating or shielding, you can get for 28 weeks, guys. You can be sick for up to 28 weeks and you'll be paid for it. Maternity and paternity rights. Okay, you are entitled to a maternity leave and you must be paid. Employees have the right to take statutory maternity leave, which is 52 weeks. The pay. So you must be paid for up to 39 weeks in the same way as your wages. So at least, yes, give your employer at least 28 days notice. So guys, you have to notify your employer for at least 1 month. Give your employer proof that you are pregnant. Have worked for your employer continuously for at least 26 weeks. So that's how it works. You must be working for at least 6 months before you can claim your maternity leave. Okay, so you don't just come and you have not worked, you said you need maternity leave, that you are pregnant. No. Maternity leave. Just the way that the women are given maternity leave and being paid, the men too can claim paternity leave. Okay, yes, they have to go and be with their family and bond with their child. Number 6 is the part that I want us to look into, which is the flexible working. Guys, this 6th one is the part that I love the most, which is the flexible working. I myself, I never know I have the right for a flexible work. I never know I have the right to ask my employer to reduce my hours because it is not okay with me. This is why I said you need to know your right, because a lot have gone wrong. A lot of us are doing things and we don't know that we have rights to do it the other way around. So let's look at the law guiding the flexible working. Working is a type of working that is suited to the employee's needs. To illustrate, under a flexible working arrangement, you can, among other things, work from home or other locations. Enjoy more flexible start and finish times. It's called flexi time. Flexible working hours, work a fixed number of annual hours while being able to work a flexible number of weekly hours. Work full-time hours over fewer days, compressed hours. Share your responsibility with other workers. To apply for flexible working, you must have been employed by the same organization for at least 26 weeks and submit your petition in writing. So guys, there is an article that was released. Guys, this article is saying 26 weeks. It is an older one. A recent article was published as of December 2022. I will show you guys the article on my screen and at the end of the video, and I will drop the link in the description box so you read it yourself. It's saying that from the very first day you resumed work, you notice that the work is not as flexible as you want. You have every right to request for a flexible hours with your employer, and it must be granted. So you guys, that is it. I never know this exists until now. Information, they say, is power. If you are not informed, you are deformed. Information can change your life. Information can change everything for you within a twinkle of an eye. With this, you have known that you can request for flexible hours at your place of work. The most important thing is that what you work for is what you get paid. Of course, you get paid per hour. So the hours you are able to do is what you get paid for. But at least your peace of mind is of paramount importance. You are entitled to time off for annual leave. Employers must provide employees to work a 5-day week. All that, just read it up, but you know you have annual leave. Minimum notice period. You have a minimum notice period. It is written in your contracts, okay? Like my employer, they said, for me to leave, you give them 2 weeks notice, okay? So all these things should be on your employment contract. So you can read up the whole thing on the screen. Then statutory redundancy pay. What is redundancy? It is a term used to describe a situation by which you are dismissed from your job because the position is no longer required in light of economic or technological reasons. So your company cannot just place you on redundancy and you are not paid. So you have a right to get paid when there is redundancy, right? So you can read it up on the screen. Next one is protection against unfair dismissal. Your employer cannot just dismiss you like that, no. Employers must give a lawful reason if they choose to terminate an employment contract. They must also give the agreed amount of notice in the contracts, okay? So this is it. So this is it. Your employer cannot just wake up and sack you in this country. Guys, it is not done. You have a right to protect you. That is it. It is what it is. You have a right to protect you. And you can sue them for, they call it unfair dismissal, and they're going to pay you. Dismissal occurs for one of the following reasons. A fair dismissal occurs if you're about reason your conduct, your ability to do the job, redundancy, you no longer meet a legal requirement to carry out. This is a fair dismissal. So if anything apart from these things on the screen is an unfair dismissal and you have to sue. However, there are some instances of unfair dismissal where you are protected from your first day at work. This includes if you're a member of a trade union. You go and join a trade union, guys. There is Unison, there is a lot of them. But for the purpose of this video, I will drop the link to Unison in the description box. If you are in the UK yet, you have not joined a trade union, you are on your own. You are strictly on your own. If you have a union and your employer dismisses you unfairly, they will pay you. They will pay you. It's not done. Nobody does that. Okay? Yeah. Refusing to give up a statutory right, such as the right to a break or asking for flexible working hours. So your employer does not have right to terminate your contract because you ask for flexible working hours. Your employer will not say because you ask for it, they will sack you. It is not done. They will not sack you. This is your right. Okay? Or they refuse to give you your statutory rights, let's say maternity pay and all that, and because of that you insist they will pay you, they would say your job is terminated. It is not done. It is not. The truth is that employers in this country, they know the law is the law. That's one thing with UK. Being dismissed because of a protected characteristic such as race, religion, pregnancy, or sexual orientation, it is an unfair dismissal. Employers must pay former employees compensation if an employment tribunal decides their dismissal was unfair. This can be up to 1 year's pay, capped at £84,000, which is whichever is. Guys, if your employer dismisses you unfairly because of these reasons on the screen and you sue them, they will be asked to pay you a compensation of £86,444. Guys, know your right. So know your right and stand to your right and do what is right. I say protection against illicit deduction from wages. If your employer has not paid you what you were due, so now you have the right, if your employer is reducing money from your salary, you could claim an unlawful deduction from your wages, okay? Not all deductions are unlawful, but only those that are authorized or demanded by law. So you can read it up on the screen. Parental leave, guys. You have a right to parental leave. There is what we call parental leave. What is parental leave? Parental leave is time off for taking care of children. If you reach 1 year of service with the same employer, you can take up to 4 weeks per year for each child under 18 that you are responsible for. The maximum leave period is 18 weeks. Unless the contract stipulates otherwise, your employer is not obliged to pay you every time you take parental leave. The right, once you have worked for your employer for 1 year, parental leave. If you have a child under 18, guys, as far as I have worked with my employer for 1 year, I can wake up one day and say, hey, please, I want parental leave. I want to take parental leave. I want to have time and spend time with my family. Guys, this is not your normal leave. Your employer will not deny you that. Some employers will pay you. They mustn't pay you all the time, which is fine. You might just want to have time off with family and take care of your kids. You can do that. See, guys, I keep saying this is one of the reasons I love UK. UK have a work balance. In as much as that some employers are taking advantages of some employees because they know they don't know their rights, right? You can have a very flexible work balance. That's one good thing I love about this country. Independence, compassionate leave. UK employment law recognizes your right to take time off to deal with emergencies that involve a dependent. A dependent in this context can be your spouse, your partner, your child, your parent, a family member who lives in your house, a person who relies on you for help, such as lonely elderly neighbor. These emergencies must concern issues that arise unexpectedly and that require your involvement. These are just some examples. Your dependent falls ill or gets assaulted or injured, incidents at your dependent school. Let's say your child is injured at school. You have every right to take time off for your dependent and look after them, right? So that's it. Now let's look at the employment contract. The contract should include the following. Guys, this is what should be in your employment contract. Your job title, expected working hours, your monthly salary, your paid holiday and sick leave entitlement. I said it in my last video. Make sure you have paid holiday and sick leave, please. Details of any applicable pension scheme, the minimum notice period, the disciplinary process, and the procedure for reporting a grievance. All these are very important. Make sure they are in your contracts and they are written. Okay. Looking at is wage equality. Employers are not required to pay the same salary to all employees, but according to the national minimum wage, employers should pay the same wages to the employees who perform similar tasks and have the same skill set. And the workplace environment should also be similar in circumstance. Okay, employees who work more than 8 hours per day or 40 hours per week are entitled to overtime pay. So this is it. Those of you that are doing extra shifts and you are not paid overtime, your employer is cheating you. The employer has to pay a time and a half rate of pay for employees who work additional hours. No sexual harassment in the workplace. Any kind of sexual harassment in the workplace is illegal and may result in prosecution. The UK Labour Law protects employees against this in the workplace. It is sexual harassment if you are forced to participate in sexual favors for job security or receive a promotion. Additionally, being subjected to extremely pervasive comments in the workplace is also sexual harassment. So you have to be careful. Rest breaks and reasonable working hours. Health and safety law states that employees have a right to daily and weekly rest breaks. If the working day exceeds 6 hours, employees are entitled to have a 20-minute rest period to eat or hydrate. Employees also are entitled to at least 1 full day off of every 7 days. Also, your employer cannot force you to work more than 48 hours a week. So I highlighted this part. Employer do not have any right to force you to do over 48 hours a week. This is the maximum you can work a week in the United Kingdom. If they ask for it, there should be additional pay and there should be a contract stating the terms. You have rights to stand up for yourself, guys. If you feel your rights are being violated in the workplace, you have the right to be free to stand up for yourself. You can respectfully express yourself to the employer about the injustice. When employees file a claim against your employer for violating one of their rights, there should be no employer retaliation. The rights of being free from retaliation, also known as whistleblower rights. Unpaid holiday. With some exceptions, all workers have the right to 5 or 6 weeks of paid holiday per year, consisting of 5 days per week plus 8 more days, including the year's bank holiday. Okay, so you have your paid holiday. All your holidays should be paid. Is your right. So guys, you have seen it by yourself. You have seen your rights and now you know your rights. Now let me show you what the section 44 says. This section 44 is super duper important. Let's look at section 44. Although you have probably never heard of it, Section 44 Employment Rights Act 1996 could be considered the cornerstone of the UK's health and safety at work legislation. Here is why. Section 44 provides workers with the means to contest the adequacy and or suitability of safety arrangement without fear of recriminations. Example, getting sacked or transferred or suffering detriment. Example, loss of wages. Section 44 provides workers with the right to withdraw from and to refuse to return to a workplace that is unsafe. Workers are entitled to remain away from the workplace. Example, stay at home, if in their opinion, the prevailing circumstances represent a real risk of serious and imminent danger which they could not be expected to avert. Section 44 entitles workers to claim for constructive dismissal and unlimited compensation in the event that an employer fails to maintain safe working conditions. Section 44 means workers don't have to wait until they or someone else suffer injury before they can take action to get suitable safe working conditions. Section 44 leaves workers with no excuse whatsoever for tolerating unsafe working conditions and acts as a deterrent against an employer either deliberately or carelessly. devoting inadequate resources to the protection of safety in their workplace. Section 44, cautious workers against taking risk. So guys, there is a lot about this section 44, okay? Section 44 clarifies that it is the individual worker's opinion that counts. So guys, I will leave the link to section 44 in the description box down below. Everybody needs to look at section 44. So guys, now I have let you understand that you have got some rights that protects you as an employee in the United Kingdom. It is your time to take action to protect yourself. It is your time to know the rights you have and how to do that. As I said in my other video, please read your contracts very, very well before you sign your contracts. Don't sign what you know you cannot do. Now, I want to point out something. It is your right. Some of you will sign a contract that your employer will tell you that you pay extraneous amount of money before you leave. If you are watching this video and you're in that condition and you need to leave your employer, my dear, go ahead and look for another job. Once you get another job that can sponsor you, you have every right to pay that money to your employer on installments. Yes, your employer does not have any right to tell you that you pay the whole money once. I read it somewhere, but I think I lost that article, but I will get it. You can tell them, okay, I will be divide it into 2 years. I will be paying it monthly, right? They have to agree because they have no right to hold you down. So if you're in that situation and you really need to move on, move on. Then for the person that the employer collected £10,000 from to give you a work and they are still stressing you, trust me, you can sue them. So I want you to join a trade union, discuss with your union about your possibilities of getting that money back. Guys, there are a lot of rights you have. Information is power. Now I have informed you, please use it rightly and get freedom. You cannot be working unhappy. Any job that is making you to be unhappy in this country, it is not worth it. And don't forget to share this video. A lot of people need to get this information. Don't forget to like this video. I have taken my time to get all these things for you to time lights. The best you can do is to like it, hit the thumbs up, share this video, and that will be it. Guys, I believe you got value in this video, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It is a way of supporting this channel. And guys, this video is coming to an end here. I believe we have done justice to this topic. I will definitely see you guys in my next video. Don't forget, information is power. Always read up. Always ask questions if you get lost. Always seek for solutions to your problems. Don't die in silence. We are all here to give you a listening ear. And like I said, if you want to share anything that you know will be beneficial to the public, just send me a message on Instagram and I will bring you on the screen to share your experience so that others can learn and do not make that mistake. Also, if you have been in any of this situation in the United Kingdom and that you solve the problem, okay, you can as well send me a message. I will bring you to the stage so that you can educate people how you were able to solve your problem. Trust me, you don't know the person you are helping. I wish each and every one of you, both those in the UK and those that are planning to land, the very, very best of luck in all your endeavors. Don't forget, positivity is the key to success. Always speak positivity to your life and to everything you are trying to do. And then, God factor. All the best, guys. At this junction, I'll be drawing the curtain. See you guys in my next video. For now, bye guys. Bye guys. Bye.